Hello guys, Cybershoe here, looking at the Nintendo Switch version of the Crash Bandicoot Sane Trilogy collection, and this quick review. Pretty crazy now how we have the original 3 Crash Bandicoot games on a Nintendo console, and I'm glad I waited out for the Switch version rather than buying a PlayStation 4. I mainly want to run down the technical specs of the port, but also for those who haven't played the Sane Trilogy yet, here's a quick rundown. Crash Bandicoot is a platforming series originally created by Naughty Dog. The first 3 games for the PlayStation was the highlight of the series for many people, and it really helped put Sony on the map in terms of having a good platformer. Unlike something like Mario 64, the Crash Bandicoot games aimed for a more linear platforming experience. It really is a definition of taking a 2D game and converting it to 3D, because most of the levels take place in a narrow hallway type style with the occasional split in the path in 2D sections. Crash tries not to aim for expansive level design, rather for a more upfront challenge in judging jump distance and collecting gems, which you get from being able to spin your way and break it in every single crate in the level. You also got the occasional boss fight, but unlike the level design, these are pretty easy. Even late game bosses have easy to read patterns, which I really don't know anyone who really played Crash with the bosses. I personally played the series with the hard levels, and when I mean hard levels, I mean Crash Bandicoot is their Dark Souls. Some of these levels can really be challenging throughout all 3 games, but I won't shy away and say that the levels get easier each game you progress. Speaking of each game, you do get all 3 original Crash games remade from the ground up, including cutscenes which are completely re-recorded line per line. Crash Bandicoot, as already mentioned, is the hardest game in the series, and it was the first, so it kind of suffers from poor design choices at times. Now the remakes definitely made this the definitive way to play the first game. Besides graphics being better, other stuff like an auto-save system has been added to make it more enjoyable to new players. Crash Bandicoot 2 is my personal favorite out of the 3, as it added new moves to Crash's moveset like the slide and belly flop, but also added the warp room, which lets you play any level in any order of a world. Crash 2 is, to me, what really put the series on the map. If I had to recommend which game you definitely play first, Crash 2 is the middle ground of not being controller breaking difficult as the first game, and not as easy as Warped. Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped honestly is my least favorite out of the 3 games. It added more to the series like Crash 2, such as vehicle levels, underwater levels, and time trials, but this game isn't as good as the second one, to me at least. Crash Bandicoot Warped is also the easiest one in the series. I had really no issue dying repeatedly on the stage unlike the other 2 games, but hey, once you beat Crash 1 and 2, you should have no issue with 3. But a question you guys might ask if you've played the games on the PlayStation 1, what new content is there? Well, there's actually quite a bit of new content across all 3 games. One of the biggest changes is the additions from Warped have been added to the first 2 games. This includes time trials, which you can now earn relics in Crash Bandicoot 1 and 2, and after playing some of these levels in Crash 1, they were definitely not built for time trials, because these levels can get really long, making earning a gold relic a pain in the ass. The other addition is the ability to unlock and place Crash's sister Coco. She was only playable in certain vehicle stages in Warped, however she can now be played at almost any level across all 3 games. Sure, she's just a skin for Crash, but the fact that Vicarious Visions really did this shows how much love went into this remake. Finally, we have 2 new levels that did not exist in the PlayStation 1 versions. These levels are Stormy Ascent, a cut level from Crash Bandicoot 1 that was deemed too challenging so it was scrapped, and Future Tense, a new level for Crash 3 Warped. These levels are really challenging, like honestly going these levels with 20 lives. If you want to play these right away, you can as they become available after shortly starting a save file in either game. Now for the technical specs, as this is what I was kind of worrying about before the Switch version released. Glad to say the frame rate did not change whatsoever from the PlayStation 4 game. Sure, it's still locked at 30 FPS, but you can hardly tell it's a 30 FPS game. Plus, unlike Mario, Crash really doesn't need 60 FPS. The resolution is 720p undocked, which is alright. I was hoping we got 900p like Mario Odyssey, but the game still looks decent. Kinda disappointed in the handheld scene though, which is 480p, about the resolution of the Wii U gamepad. It isn't even clear 4080p, as a lot of motion blur was used in handheld compared to the dock mode. In fact, I found the dark cave levels and temple levels to be a pain to try and navigate around. It's playable, but I won't be playing this game much on the go because I just can't stand the blur, and it's really what's holding this game back from a 10 out of 10. It's cool to see Crash Bandicoot on a portable console, but I wish they could have done better, and it's going to be a shame if they announce a Spyro remaster for the Switch and it's going to have the same resolution issues. Besides the resolution, this is a really good collection, and for remakes, really damn good. I put Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy when it was a PS4 exclusive on my top 5 games of 2017, so I was already going to give it a pretty high score. I give the Switch version a 9 out of 10. Go buy this collection, as not only it's a really good platformer series, but also the fact that the game's only $40. Activision could have charged much more if they really wanted to. It's really great to see Crash back from the dark ages after Twinsanity, and I hope in the coming years we see something new, or if we get another remaster, Twinsanity with all the cut content restored would be nice. Spyro is coming in September this year, and I really hope a Switch version is soon to follow. Probably will be coming sooner than we're expecting, because Activision has to be noticing that this game's selling like hotcakes on the Switch right now, but once again, that's probably just because of the lower price. What do you guys think? Comment down below. I got social media links and a Patreon in the description. Give it a like or dislike, whatever you want. And finally, I am Cybershroom, hoping you have a good one.